Hey boys and girls, how are you? Welcome back to school. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. There's certainly many things to be grateful for, and I hope you had some great food. So welcome back. Today is Monday. We are going to be working from home, doing school from home today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So for 5 days this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to be doing schoolwork from home. And then we have a nice break, again, being with our family, and then we're going to go back to school on December 7th, okay? So I want you to get out your green folder that had all your paperwork, and I want to talk about the things we're going to do today. So I know sometimes it can be hard to work from home, especially when you're not in school and you don't have your friends around you and you have all your toys around you and your video games. But it's really important, boys and girls, that we get up every day and we do our best to get our work done. Now, you don't have a lot of work to do each day, so I really want to make sure that you're getting it done. It's definitely something that I expect you to get done. So it shouldn't take too long, okay? So let's talk about what we're going to do today. I'm so proud that I have been seeing you all on Zoom. And if you haven't been able to do it, and maybe you're watching the videos later, that's okay too. And when we come back to school, we're going to talk about all of that whole experience. It's crazy. Okay, today we're going to need my A book. You have several pages here. We're just going to talk about squares today. And then you have this bundle of papers here, A, B, C, and D. We're only going to talk about A today, okay? And so we'll have our Zooms. I'll explain our work now so that we're not doing it in our Zoom. And then this week, we need to accommodate for rotations for our specialist teachers. And not every day will you have a specialist teacher. It will just be me. So for our specialist, our rotation class today, we are going to do a show and tell. So I'll send out a schedule to mom and dad's because we'll Zoom, we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back and do a show and tell. And so I want you to find something that's super special to you, bring it to our rotation Zoom, and be able to share and explain why that's important to you. Okay, I'll have something too. All right, so let's take a look at our A book, my A book. And there's a spot right here, boys and girls, to put your name on. So that's important to do that. And what I want you to do is I want you to go all the way to the back of the book. Okay, this is where our directions are. Okay, so before you read it, I want you to know what you have to do. So it says circle each letter A in red. Okay, underline each word I in yellow. Underline each word C in green. Underline each word An in orange. And then it says read the book to 2 people. So I want you to take a look. It's not a very complicated book. There's a lot of words that we know. And I want you to take a look at the pictures. So every time you read, every time you touch a word, and I want some very important, boys and girls, when we're beginning readers, that we touch the word as we see it. And we're going to go all the way across the sentence. I know it's a sentence because I have an uppercase letter to start, and I have a period at the end. And I also have my spacing in there. Okay, so I want you to recognize the words that we know. I see. This is an. So I see an apple. And you take a look at the picture and you sort of think, well, what's going on? What am I looking at? And that will help you to decode those words that you don't know. Okay, and so you're going to go through and read the book. And then you're going to go back. Remember, those directions at the end. You have to circle every letter A that you find. And you underline, that's hard to see, but it's in yellow, the word I. You underline in green the word C. And you underline the word An, A-N, in orange. And then you have to read it to 2 people. At least. You can read more. Okay, so that's our A book. All right, the next thing I want you to do is, it says all about squares, all about squares. So again, Boys and girls, you're going to write your name up above. And it's real important. I'm doing this so that you can all be independent with your work. And you don't necessarily need mom and dad showing you what to do. So pay attention. So this first, put your finger in the first square. Square. And it says color it. Okay. Now, boys and girls, it's important when we're coloring. And if you choose to color your A book and we're coloring on here, it's not about art. When we color on our work, it's about training our fingers. So it's super important that we slow down and that we are training our fingers to stay within those lines and to cover those white spaces. It's super important. It helps build the muscles in our fingers, which we all need to help with our writing. Okay, so you're gonna color any color you want, the square here, and if you touch the next box over here, it says trace it, okay? All you have to do is trace your square on those dotted lines. And again, go slow, boys and girls. You want to train your hand to be right on those lines, okay? Just like that. All right, and if we come down and touch this box down here, it says shade it, shade it. So you can use your pencil, you can use a crayon, but what are we going to shade? Are we just going to shade anything? No, we're going to shade our squares. So I want you to find a square and I want you to shade it. And remember, when we do that, we still want to stay within those lines. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but we really want to work on keeping our shading within the shape, okay? And over here, it says write it. So they've already given us the word square. So again, anytime we see those dotted or dashed lines, we want to trace them. They're asking us to write it. So I have to trace it first. That helps the memory in my hand. And now I'm going to write it on my own. And I really, boys and girls, want you to focus on your letters. They're all lowercase letters. So you have a line down below and you're going to write it down there, just like I did. Okay, and down here it says draw it. So this is just a dot to dot. We've been doing those. You're going to connect the dots and you'll make the shape yourself. And over here you have to count it. So once you draw that shape, it wants to know how many sides and corners there are. We talk about this all the time in class. So everywhere there's a straight line, that's a side. So boys and girls, count for me. How many sides are there? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So I'm going to write over here, number 4. Now, I'm not going to count the corners. I want you to count the corners. The corners are where 2 lines connect, and there's a corner. 2 lines connect, and there's a corner. You count the corners, and you write down for me how many there are. Okay? Now, the very last thing that you're going to do today is the letter A. Okay? And it looks like this. It's called beginning sounds. And so we're pretty familiar with doing this sort of work. I know that I need up here, it says write it. So you're going to trace it here. And then you see these lines. Yep. We're practicing our uppercase A and our lowercase a. We've done this before. So this we should know how to do. And then down here it says color the pictures beginning with the letter A. Beginning with the letter A. So I want to touch every single picture and I'm going to say it out loud. And if it begins with that then I'm going to color it. Okay. Then down here, you're going to trace the words. So over here I have ant, and I can see that by the picture, and I'm going to trace the word ant. Over here, this is an acorn, and then we have an apple. And then there's a fun, it says find your way through the maze. So you're going to find your way through the letter A, maze. And that's all you have to do today. So it's not a lot. I feel like you guys are going to be really good at this. And then when we Zoom this afternoon or this morning, we'll talk about, we'll do Haggerty, our brain exercises, and we'll do countdown. Okay? All right, boys and girls, have a super fantastic day. I'm so proud of you. It's not easy doing school from home, and you guys are doing fantastic. So It won't be too much longer till I get to see you again, but I'm loving seeing you guys without the mask. So I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.